In John 12:41, the apostle writes, Isaiah said these things because he saw his glory and spoke of him. That statement carries enormous weight. John is saying that when Isaiah saw the glory of the Lord in his famous vision, he was actually seeing the glory of Christ. But what exactly did Isaiah see, and how does it reveal Jesus? Let's walk through it. In Isaiah 6, the prophet is transported into the heavenly throne room. He writes, I saw the Lord sitting upon a throne, high and lifted up, and the train of his robe filled the temple. Seraphim cry out, Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts. Isaiah is undone. He confesses his uncleanness and the sin of his people, but instead of being condemned, he's purified by a burning coal from the altar. He is forgiven and then commissioned. This is a vision of sheer glory, of holiness, kingship, and priestly presence. And significantly, Isaiah says the one he saw was high and lifted up. That phrase is going to matter, because when we move ahead to Isaiah 52:13, we find it again. But this time, it doesn't describe the enthroned Lord in his temple. It describes the suffering servant. Behold, my servant shall act wisely. He shall be high and lifted up and shall be exalted. What follows in chapter 53 is a breathtaking portrait of redemptive suffering. He is pierced, crushed, and silent. He bears the sins of many and is counted among the transgressors. So we're faced with a profound connection. The exact same phrase, high and lifted up, is used in both places. First for the majestic king in Isaiah 6, then for the broken servant in Isaiah 52. This isn't a coincidence. Isaiah is showing us something deeper. These two are one and the same. But how do we know that for sure? Here's where Isaiah 57:15 comes in, and this is the turning point. It reads, For thus says the one who is high and lifted up, who inhabits eternity, whose name is holy. I dwell in the high and holy place, and also with him who is of a contrite and lowly spirit. This verse is the interpretive key. It doesn't just repeat the phrase, it redefines how we understand divine exaltation. The one who is high and lifted up isn't distant from suffering. He draws near to it. He doesn't just reign above. He dwells with the lowly and the contrite. He revives, he restores, he heals. And here's the simple but powerful connection. The phrase high and lifted up is used only 3 times in Isaiah chapter 6, chapter 52, and here in 57. It becomes a deliberate intertextual device, like a signal Isaiah uses to show us that these 3 figures are not separate but united. The Lord on the throne, the servant on the cross, and the one who comforts the crushed are one and the same. That phrase ties the visions together and helps us see Christ not in fragments, but in fullness. In all 3 passages, the high and lifted up one displays mercy. In Isaiah 6, he cleanses Isaiah's lips. In Isaiah 53, he suffers and justifies many. In Isaiah 57:15, he revives the hearts of the broken. Now, don't overlook a small but powerful detail in Isaiah 6. It opens by noting the death of King Uzziah, a king who was judged for entering the temple and attempting to perform priestly duties unlawfully. In contrast, the one Isaiah sees is enthroned in the very place Uzziah dared to enter. He is both priest and king, occupying the holy place, not unlawfully, but rightfully and redemptively. He is the true priest king, the one who cleanses not with fire from an altar, but with his own blood. And this brings us back to John's gospel. John quotes Isaiah 6 and then says Isaiah saw his glory and spoke of him. In the early church's understanding, this was not a metaphor. This was the pre-incarnate Christ, the eternal Son, the one whose name is holy, who would later become flesh and dwell among us. He is the servant and the sovereign, the Lamb and the Lord. The Apostle Paul helps us understand this mystery in Philippians 2:6-9, when he writes of Jesus, who, though he was in the form of God, did not count equality with God a thing to be grasped, but emptied himself by taking the form of a servant, being born in the likeness of men. And being found in human form, he humbled himself by becoming obedient to the point of death, even death on a cross. Therefore God has highly exalted him and bestowed on him the name that is above every name. The path to glory ran through humility. The one who was high and lifted up in Isaiah's vision descended in the incarnation, suffered in obedience, and was raised in glory. In the cross, the temple, and the throne, we see the same Christ, his glory, his mercy, his love. If this video encouraged you, please like and subscribe. It helps share this message with more people. And if you want to go deeper, you can read the full blog post at the link below. Thanks for watching, and may the one who is high and lifted up be near to your heart today.